Scary Good. Welcome to Scary Good. I'm your old pal, Bigfoot. Today we've got a special news report that we've gotten from Scotland about the Loch Ness Monster. We haven't heard that much about Loch Ness Monster in the United States for a while, but apparently it's been big news in Scotland for the past couple months. In February, there were 2 sightings reported with the photographs on Snapchat or whatever, Instagram, something like that. And then there's a new video of it shot by a guy whose father saw the creature 50 years ago this year. So it's a family affair being reported in the Scotland Sun. So let's check that story out first. They say an Inverness man has spotted the Loch Ness Monster going at speed, quote unquote, across the famous loch. Here's a video I shot of the video because I couldn't get it any other way so far, so I just shot off the screen. You can see it there. All you can see in the original is basically the same thing. It's a spot moving, two bumps that seem to be moving across the water. And it does seem to be going pretty fast, whatever it is. So the guy who shot this is named Rory Cameron. He's 36 years old, and he says he spotted the strange movement in the water last week after visiting his pal nearby, and his video footage has stumped everyone who's taken a look. I mean, I can't figure out what it is. Of course, it's not that much detail, but still, what could be there making that time on the water? He said he was coming from a friend's house near the top of the loch last week when he saw something in the water. It was going at some speed, and he's never seen anything like it before in his life. He's lived in that area of Scotland for 20 years, and he says he's driven on that same road, the A82, every single day, and never seen anything like this before. Rory, this is, if anyone from England watching, can you please translate this part for me? It says he's the MD of Cobb's Bakery. What does that mean? He's the doctor of the bakery? And it's in a town that I can't pronounce. Actually, anyone from the UK at all, Scotland, Ireland, maybe you'll know what they're talking about here. He says it's in Drumnadrochit. Okay. Cobb's Bakery in I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. So anyway, he isn't the first member of his family to have had an encounter with Nessie. His granddad, who was a member of the police, saw something there in the 1960s. And he said, I do believe there is something out there. My granddad spotted something back in 1962. Oh, so that's not exactly 50 years. They give these headlines, and I apologize for giving that headline. I'm trusting the Scotland Sun for some reason. So he couldn't identify what it was back then, and the grandson is in the same situation now. So, unlike most Nessie sightings and video, this thing was moving really fast, whatever it was, and it looks tiny compared to some of the boats on the loch. So if it was a boat, it must have been a very small one. And maybe the bump behind it is its wake or something like that. And here's my favorite quote from the guy. He says, "It was definitely going somewhere." Yes, it was. So the Sun last month had reported that there were 2 apparent sightings of the legendary creature that happened in just 5 days. So if this is not the Loch Ness Monster, it does seem that something's moving around on the lake. Now here's one of the photos. This one was taken by a woman from Manchester. And she shot this on February 23rd. There's a circle around it there, whatever it's supposed to be. It's hard to tell, of course. Lisa Brennan and her partner Danny were driving near the castle when she saw this. So you can judge for yourself what that is. I'll try and zoom in. And then someone named Ian? Oh my God, I cannot pronounce this name. Iano Feodhagen saw, I guess this is a webcam picture that's supposed to be of Nessie. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce Scottish names. So, 2018 and 2019 apparently have been big years for spotting Nessie over in Loch Ness. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster, that it might be real? Or if not, what do you think it might be? I never liked the idea of the plesiosaur. I love the idea of it being a plesiosaur when I was a kid. It just doesn't really make much sense to me because that lake wasn't there in dinosaur times. It was formed, I think, like 10 or 15,000 years ago when glaciers moved. So, I don't see how a dinosaur could have gotten in there unless it's a time traveler, which is actually one of the theories about the Loch Ness Monster, that it's a time traveler. Aleister Crowley's mansion is located on the loch, and there are rumors about him having manifested also, if you believe in that kind of stuff, that he brought it back to life, that it's some kind of ancient creature. One of the theories I remember hearing that was the oddest, but kind of made sense, was that it was some kind of like something that shifts form, like that's in the water, like a sea slug. The antenna that were sometimes shown on its head are kind of like slug antenna if you think about it, and it might explain the shape of it, that it seems to be different in different photos, and that if it were a giant sea slug, it would sort of swim through the water that way with leaving humps behind it. In theory, I mean that's a pretty crazy theory, but I don't know. It's kind of makes sense to me. And then some people think, well, maybe it's just a bunch of otters swimming in a row, or a bunch of seals swimming in a row. I think sometimes that might explain some of the sightings also. So what do you think? Leave a comment and let us know what you think about the Loch Ness Monster, if you think about it at all. And also, if you're from Scotland, please help me pronounce these names, or don't be too mean to me. I apologize for not having any idea how to pronounce your names or any awareness of your culture at all. I accept that there's supposed to be a monster in that lake. And and Count Dankula, I know about him. We'll be back in the morning with stories about Dogman, if you can imagine. I mean, I don't know when we've ever had Dogman on this channel before, but yeah, we're gonna have Dogman. 2 hours of Dogman in the morning, and I hope you can make it for that. It will not be a premiere because I'm really busy right now for the rest of the week at least. So the videos will be scheduled tomorrow and Friday morning at 9:30. We will have extra long Dogman episodes, and I hope you can make it for that. See you then.
Do you have a scary story you want us to read on the show? Just call our voicemail hotline, 804-LIST-SCARY. That's 804-537-2279. And now for something completely scary.
And now, get ready for an all-new, completely uncensored, slightly bloody, and absolutely terrifying new Dogman story. Oh, wait. YouTube won't allow me to tell you stories like that on this channel. If you want to hear that, you're going to have to go to peterbernard.com and sign up for our paid subscribers club. You can choose any price you can afford for a 1-month subscription, and then every weekend, we tell you a story YouTube would never allow us to tell you on this channel. See you this Sunday for an all-new, very scary, completely uncensored Dogman story.